Okay.
Coming up on tonight's broadcast, Living Green at OSU, postage increases, and an archaeological find of a lifetime. More, and that and more right here on KBVR. Is this the intro? I thought we were playing that. I don't think they... No, yeah, it goes that, then it goes to intro, then it goes...
Good evening, Corvallis, and welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the Beaver News. We're glad to have you with us. I'm Courtney Cossette.
And I'm Anthony Brost. OSU Greek Life is doing their part to help raise awareness and reduce the efforts of poverty in our community. Poverty Awareness Week started yesterday and will run until Friday, each day from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. There is a booth set up in the Memorial Union Quad accepting specific donations. Monday, they were looking for clothing donations. Canned food and other non-perishables were yesterday. They were looking for personal hygiene items today and will be accepting school supplies and pet food the rest of the week. The beneficiaries of this drive include the Jackson Street Youth Shelter, the Lynn Benton Food Share, Community Outreach, the Heartland Humane Society, and local schools. According to Panhellenic President Katie Bullard, quote, "We always do a Greek life philanthropy through this is our first specifically to raise awareness of poverty," end quote. OSU Greek Life was also turned this good cause into a competition to create incentive for their members. The individual sorority or fraternity that donates the most total items will be given $600 towards their annual philanthropy. Bullard added that each spring term, OSU Greek Life also organizes a softball game against the Corvallis Police and Fire Department to benefit the Lynn County Special Olympics.
Saturday, October 22nd, Corvallis Recess and Delta Upsilon Fraternity will be presenting musical groups Starting Six and Young Murph the Kid live here on the Oregon State University campus. The night will get started by one of Hollywood's finest, DJ Styles Davis, who will be spinning a mix of the latest hip-hop tracks. Then opening up for the main event will be Portland's very own Chill Crew. This event is brought to you by Corvallis Custom and will be located at the Alumni Center starting at 7 p.m. Tickets are now on sale at $15 a piece and can be purchased online at www.recessosu.eventbrite.com.
According to Kristen Pugmire of the Daily Barometer, Oregon State has held an open discussion last Wednesday on the topic of public employee health benefits. Over this past summer, the faculty and staff insurance policy changed on premiums, deductibles, and procedures covered. Also, when an employee signs up for a health plan, they will be given the choice to enroll in the health engagement model. If chosen to opt out, a surcharge of $20 or $35 for a couple will be added to the base premium. All employees will be required to submit a health assessment. Smokers will pay an additional $25 a month. People who have larger waist circumference will be asked to lose weight through a Weight Watchers program or to speak with a physician to create a plan. Dr. Patty Watkins, an associate professor of psychology, presented a PowerPoint on, quote, problems associated with weight-based models of health. Dr. Watkins gave herself an example of both fit and fat, even though her BMI indicates that she is obese. She keeps active with biking, kayaking, and hiking. Even her blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar all point towards being in great shape. Also noted by Dr. Watkins, people who are underweight would not be targeted by the HEM as unhealthy. Joan Kapowicz, representing the changes, said, quote, what we're really focusing on is really those simple steps that people can take. Just helping people get educated. We want this to be sustainable and healthy for people.
Mighty Oaks Children's Therapy Center held its annual 5K Acorn Run, Walk, Roll on Sunday, October 16th. It took place at Willamette Park to raise money for their nonprofit organization programs. There were about 150 participants, including runners, walkers, and wheelchair users, that turned out at the event to support Mighty Oaks. According to Alex Hilborn of the Daily Barometer, after completing the course, racers could enjoy a healthy snack or get their faces painted by a volunteer clown while listening to upbeat music. Participants who came in first in their age and gender category received a medal to commemorate their accomplishment. A finalist ribbon for hard work was given for all children under the age of 9. This year's run was held in honor of 11-year-old Cassie Joe Robinson, who passed away on August 29th due to an unidentified disease. Tammy Walters, an occupational therapist and director of Mighty Oaks, described Cassie as, quote, a vibrant young girl who inspired great hope in everyone with the way she treated life. Thanks to contributions that Cassie made to the research, scientists now know more about her illness and can hopefully use the knowledge to help others who have her condition, like her younger brother.
Living green on campus may be difficult when you're on a budget and have schoolwork, but with clubs like Sustainability Club and Organic Growers Club, students can be given the opportunity to live green. According to Dominic Lomberg of the Daily Barometer, an art project by Patrick Daughtry and volunteers from the Organic Growers Club is taking place right behind Gilkey Hall. The project is designing large huts using branches and sticks. The Organic Growers Club has been a part of OSU for 11 years, and with 600 members, the interest continues to grow. All students are welcome to attend their meetings, and every Thursday night, organic farming work parties are hosted at the OSU farm. Hands-on experience from 4:30 to dark, and at 7, supper will be served. We're heading on into a short break, but when we come back, an increase in postage rates and a drop in Apple stock, all that and more when we return.
Do they? Do the pants go on my head? No. They go on.
Everyday moments can become teaching moments because learning starts long before school does. Give your child the start they need at bornlearning.org.
So you can't save money? That's easy as pie. Brown bag your lunch instead of going out. $6 save times 5 days a week times 10 years is $21,000. That's a lot of lettuce. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. Feedthepig.org.
Hair loss. Now this rash on my face, what's going on?
For answers, ask your doctor the right question.
Could I have lupus?
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a
One
dad
more
today.
time. Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys.
When I have an asthma attack, I feel scared. Sometimes my parents have to take me to the hospital. I feel like a fish with no water.
You know how to react to their asthma attacks. Here's how to prevent them. Call 1-866-NO-ATTACKS. Visit www.noattacks.org or call your doctor. Because even one attack is one too many.
horseradish. Is that for horses? Remember me, Mr. Lobster? From last Tuesday? Banana. 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 Here comes the rain. We need a hat. And why do we need a hat? They got. That's right.
When you talk with your child, you build vocabulary, and learning starts long before school does. For more tips, go to bornlearning.org.
Welcome back to the news here on KBVR. 5 foreign nationals were arrested Wednesday in San Antonio, Texas on burglary charges after 2 of the 5 men broke into the county courthouse, put on sombreros, and played with the judge's gavel. According to CNN, the FBI and Homeland Security joined the investigation to determine whether the incident was an escapade or an act of terrorism. The men in their early 20s had been traveling from France and were in the United States on 90-day visas. Authorities said the individuals had been partying at a couple local bars prior to the incident and evidently had been drinking before they arrived at the courthouse, and beer cans were found in the courtroom.
Mailing prices soon will be on the rise. The first-class stamp will be going up 1 cent starting next year. According to CNN, Forever stamps, which are known as first-class stamps, will increase on January 22nd. The price markup is 1 cent for the 45-cent stamps, 3-cent rise to 32 cents for a postcard, and letters mailed to Canada and Mexico will be moving from 80 cents to 85 cents. Other international mail will cost $1.05, a 7-cent difference. The Postmaster General, Patrick Donahue, said, quote, "The overall average price increase is small and is needed to help address our current financial crisis. We continue to take actions within our control to increase revenue in other ways and to aggressively cut costs," end quote. In 2010, the Postal Service had an $8.5 billion net loss compared to its $3.8 billion in the previous year.
A 4th arrest was made Wednesday in the case of 4 mentally disabled people who were found locked in a boiler room over the weekend. According to CNN, the 4 victims, 3 men and a woman, were found with no food and only a bucket for a toilet. 32-year-old Jean McIntosh was taken into custody Wednesday and is accused as co-conspirator in the kidnapping and imprisonment of these individuals. McIntosh is the daughter of 51-year-old Linda Weston, one of the 3 people previously arrested. Weston had identification documents for approximately 50 different people with her when she was arrested, which included Social Security cards and court documents giving power of attorney. Police are in the process of tracking down all of those individuals to find out what had happened to them and if they too were victims. Weston, no stranger to prison, served 8 years in the early 1980s for killing her sister's boyfriend. The victim was held captive for an extended period of time, locked in a closet, and literally starved to death. Philadelphia Police Commissioner Charles Ramsey reported on Tuesday that one of the victims gave birth to 2 children while being held captive in the basement of the Philadelphia apartment complex.
Apple has released sales and profits for the past 3 months, and records show that they have sold an all-time record of Mac and iPad products. Data indicates that this fiscal year they made over $100 billion, according to CNN. Despite this, forecasts from Wall Street expected more. Shares of Apple fell 7%. This is still an anomaly from last year's $65.2 billion gained. Even with the stock drop, Apple managed to become a more valuable company than compared to other companies like ExxonMobil. Tim Cook, Apple's CEO, claims, quote, "Customer response to iPhone 4S has been fantastic. We have a strong momentum going into the holiday season, and we remain really enthusiastic about our product pipeline." Microsoft, a direct competitor, is set to reveal its earnings on Thursday. We're heading into another quick break, but when we return, more of your national stories right here on KBVR.
When you open a book, you can explore new lands, make new friends, and discover new adventures. There are amazing possibilities when you open your mind to reading. Explore new worlds. Read.
Just put your hands up, TV land. Yo. Paradise is lost, I'm paralyzed by the imperative cause. She's sharing a coffin with the gods that I've crossed. And day by day I'm looking for another outlet. I shout, but I've yet to be heard. The fear of flying, broken wings of a bird. The feelings unnerved, absurd with my words. A pseudo-intellectual that's just dying to serve. A fallen angel, fate filled with flaws and misfortune. Claw marks on the side of the well. The people attempts to the torture. Swords drawn to the necks of the demons. Another metaphor, me just trying to protect all my feelings. The criminal dealings led us to the brink that's demonic. Born an angel, but I'm bringing back a plate that's bubonic. A prophet like the narcotic product you got up in your pocket with more shock value than an electrical socket. The angel act, I dropped it like the sword of that to Loki. So while you're on your deathbed, speak those words that you told me. Come on. You told me, you told me, you told me. You told me, you told me, you told me.
Heart disease must for 5,000 miles average.
If you're in danger of losing your home to foreclosure, call today, because nothing is worse than doing nothing.
Have a banana. Eating well and playing go together like best friends.
You better believe it.
With the food pyramid, the bare necessities of living healthy are easy.
Bare necessities, the simple bare necessities.
So eat right. Be active.
Now move. That's it.
And don't forget to have fun. That's the way to be the best.
You're such a fun balloon.
At anything you do. You can go to mypyramid.gov to play some games and find out more.
You believe this guy? Are you trying to start a wildfire? Sorry. Pass the honey?
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Sir, are you okay?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this, so why ignore the signs of a stroke? Call 911 immediately, because time lost is brain lost.
Tú no eres un superhéroe. Visita al doctor regularmente aun cuando te sientes bien. Así podrás seguir cuidando a los que sí te ven como un superhéroe. Para más información, visita ahrq.gov.
G-morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. You up? What'd you dream about? Me? JK. Text me back. I'll keep texting till you wake up. Are your parents home later? Is this something I did? Exclamation point, question mark? This isn't a joke. Hello? Text me.
I present to you Algebra 2. Who will step up to his challenge?
Me.
Take on the tough classes now. You need them to prepare for college.
3 out of 4 kids are not as secure as they should be because their car seats are not used correctly. But the latch system makes it easier to get it right and to hold your kids tight. Anchor, tether, latch. Learn more at safercar.gov.
Welcome back to the news here on KBVR. When driving down the highways of eastern Ohio, you might just see flashing warning signs saying caution exotic animals, as frightened residents are staying in their homes due to the dangers of the streets now pose. Deputies and sheriffs of Muskingum County are on the lookout for lions, tigers, and bears that escaped from a preserve owned by 62-year-old Terry Thompson. Thompson's preserve housed 48 to 51 exotic animals, and according to preliminary investigations, Thompson freed his animals by prying open the cages and leaving the farm fences open before killing himself. A neighbor of Thompson's described hiding out in the barn and seeing tigers chasing horses. The area was on lockdown while deputies searched for the missing animals. Sheriff Matt Lutz said most of the animals have been accounted for, but at least 3, a mountain lion, a grizzly bear, and a monkey, still remain missing.
Has been found after
According to CNN, it is believed that the body of a missing Maryland boy, William McCain, has been found after missing for more than 2 weeks in Montgomery County, Maryland. Police say that no positive identification would be made until the scene has been completely processed. The boy's mother, Jane McQuain, 51, was found dead in her bedroom October 12th, prompting an Amber Alert for William. She had been dead for about 10 to 12 days when her body was discovered. She was found stabbed and beaten, and Curtis Lopez was arrested in connection to her killing. Authorities obtained evidence of a security tape from the morning of October 1st, and the clothing in the tape seems to be similar to the clothing of the body of the boy. According to authorities, the body has been found in the same location since October 1st. Lindsay Lohan's probation was revoked by Los Angeles County Wednesday after a judge reprimanded the actress and her attorney in court for Lohan's failure to comply with her community service. According to CNN, Lohan was removed from the courtroom in handcuffs, but only 2 hours later posted bail that was set at $100,000. The actress must serve 16 hours of community service a week at the Los Angeles County morgue before her probation violation trial set for November 2nd. Lohan was supposed to be performing community service at the Downtown Women's Center in Los Angeles, but posted 9 excused absences since her last court hearing, July 21st. We are going to take a short break, but when we return, we have your international stories for the evening.
The mailbox and the traffic light. Both are ideas from the minds of African Americans. Support the United Negro College Fund, because a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Alone and crying, boom, boom, bam. Crying, pam, pam, pam. Crying, chaka, chaka, cha. Crying is always good.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
So you can't save money? That's easy as pie. Drink from the tap. A $3 bottle of water a day times 10 years times 6% interest is over 14,000 clams. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. Feedthepig.org.
Listen, I know you're upset, but it was just one date. And dating's like the stock market. There's ups and downs and ups and so always buy low.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
I'm Jeremy Call, and I made suction tires. I used a rivet gun to connect the suction cups, and then I just connected it to the tire.
Anything's possible. Keep thinking. Get started on your invention at inventnow.org.
Welcome back to the Beaver News live on Channel 26. Two baby girls were born in a miraculous delivery in the impoverished village of Tugi, Cameroon. According to CNN, the sisters are joined at the abdomen, together weighing 9.7 pounds. News of the conjoined birth struck immediate fear, and many believe this was a bad omen for their village. Even some of the hospital staff fled the small room when the conjoined babies were born. The parents are desperately searching for ways to separate their newborn girls, but even in sophisticated hospitals, this procedure is risky, and here in Cameroon, many forces are against them. The parents describe themselves as mere peasants who can't even afford to eat healthily every day. Doctors are battling with limited resources to keep the girls alive, but nurses say even though they are artificially fed with tubes, the babies are active and healthy.
U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, or ICE, announced yesterday that a record number of nearly 400,000 individuals were deported from the United States this fiscal year. Of those deported, 55% had been convicted of felonies or misdemeanors, an 89% increase from 3 years ago. According to ICE, quote, this includes 1,119 aliens convicted of homicide, 5,848 aliens convicted of sexual offenses, 44,653 aliens convicted of drug-related crimes, and 35,927 aliens convicted of driving under the influence, end quote. CNN reports that the Department of Homeland Security recently announced last month that the government would review about 300,000 deportation cases pending in federal immigration courts. While those considered low-priority cases involving individuals not considering violent or dangerous would be suspended for the time being. Even with this new criteria, the American Civil Liberties Union responded by saying, quote, these record-breaking deportation numbers come at a time when illegal immigration rates have plummeted. The undocumented population has decreased, sustainability and violent crime rates are at their lowest levels in 40 years, end quote. The ACLU added that large-scale deportations are creating nationwide devastations to Latino community.
The Mexican state of Veracruz has witnessed an increase in violence in recent weeks, undoubtedly due to the 1,000 police officers that were fired after failing a so-called reliability test. The test includes a lie detector examination, which about 1 out of every 3 officers failed, Head of Secretariat Arturo Bermuda Zurita said Tuesday. The goal is to have all police in Veracruz undergo the test, and if the remaining officers fail at the same rate as the initial batch, Veracruz can expect to let an additional 5,500 officers go, he added. While the current officers are being let go, the department is also recruiting for new police officers. But in the meantime, the spike in violence has overtaken Veracruz. According to CNN, last month, 67 bodies were found dumped in the 2 cities of Veracruz. After those discoveries, a video emerged introducing a group of masked men who call themselves the Mata Zetas, or Zeta Killers, referring to the ruthless drug cartel that operates in the state.
A clinical trial in Africa is providing scientists with hope that they may soon have a vaccine for malaria. According to CNN, the trial involves 15,000 children from 7 different African countries and has provided data that the vaccine, known as RTSS, could reduce the number of malaria cases in half. The same research group is also running a similar study on infants aged 6 to 12 weeks, with results expected next year. According to Dr. Mary Hamill of the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, and one of the lead investigators for this study, quote, scientists have been working to develop a malaria vaccine for 40 years, and these findings show that we are on the track in the development of a vaccine for African children, those who need it most, end quote. Because the immune systems of children are still developing, they are most susceptible to disease with those under the age of 5, accounting for the vast majority of 800,000 people killed each year because of malaria.
British archaeologists have made the exciting discovery of a Viking boat burial believed to be about 1,000 years old. The discovery was made off the Scottish Highlands, and according to CNN, the man buried is believed to have been of high status due to the items found among his body, including an ornately decorated sword, a shield, a spear, and an axe. Those involved with the discovery were amazed at how well the body had been preserved, with project co-director and archaeologist Dr. Hannah Cobb adding, quote, a Viking boat burial is an incredible discovery, but in addition to that, the artifacts and preservation make this one of the most important Norse graves ever excavated in Britain, end quote. Other archaeologists involved in this discovery are calling it the find of a lifetime. The site will be returned to next summer in order to continue excavations of the area, giving scientists further clues into the region's past.